What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we are checking out another viewer's car. This is AUDI's Audi S5 Sportback from 2017. And this is a very good example of a car that has been modded almost perfectly. It has all the right ingredients to be amazing. So today I'm going to show you around it. I'm going to show you the amazing spec of this car, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Now, this is the 3-liter V6 S5 with the ZF gearbox, so not the S-tronic and the supercharged version. So it is a really nice base to start with, and it has been tuned, but we'll talk about that later on. First, let's talk about the spec, because it is a very handsome car. This in the right spec, man, I really like it. So this is Navarro blue, absolutely perfect color. I would look no further if you are, you know, looking for an S5 or an A5 or an RS5. I mean, this is a beautiful color. Another thing I really like is that AUDI has wrapped a couple of things in black, but not everything. So they did the grille, as you can see, this is all black, but then they kept the Audi logo in chrome, and they also kept the aluminium mirror caps, but they did do the window surrounds and the door handles. So I really like that, because I think it's a shame that they don't do the silver mirror caps anymore, because it's so recognizable. And it used to be, you know, it used to be very cool if you had an S6 or an RS6 or an RS4 with these mirrors. You immediately knew that it was an S or RS car. And I think it's a shame that they don't do that anymore. Now they're just black or carbon like everyone else, which is a shame, I think. But very pretty car, actually, a very handsome car. Front end super nice with the big grille, of course, nice and aggressive front lights, and then we've got these S5 wheels, 19-inch with around that Continental sport contacts, I guess. 255 section tire at the front, and of course we've got the upgraded brakes for the S5, which are fine, not great. Yeah, mirror caps, as I said, black window surrounds, and then at the rear, super nice as well, with a stock exhaust, but they did remove two of the mufflers, so it still has a big center silencer, and it's got a catless downpipe. So that, combined with the rest of the dampers in place, it actually produces a really nice sound. It is quite loud, but it's not drony. It has a very distinct V6 sound. So yeah, very good job on that front as well. But I do really like the car. You don't see them that often, these S5 Sportbacks, and I feel like people automatically go for a coupe because it's the most sporty one, but I feel like this is a very interesting car as well, especially as a family car. I mean, Ibu has got 2 kids. Normally he's got 2 child seats or 1 child seat in the rear, so that is very nice as a family car. Now, engine wise, as I said, we've got the 3-liter V6 turbocharged engine with stock 354 horsepower and 500 newton meters of torque. This car though has an intake, a catless downpipe, an HG Motorsport intercooler, and a tune by 034 Motorsport from the US. So it's just an off-the-shelf tune, and you buy a cable, an OBD cable, and you plug it in your laptop and you load the map. So it's basically a stage 2 tune, and it also has a stage 1 transmission TCU remap. And actually it works really well for an off-the-shelf tune. I am quite impressed, I have to say. So it is currently delivering around 460 horsepower and around 700 newton meters of torque, and it is performing really well. Stock, it does 4.7 seconds to 100 kilometers an hour, but Ibu has been able to do 3.6. So 1.1 seconds faster than stock, and we did a 3.7 run. So that is pretty damn impressive, I have to say. Performance is really very impressive. Now, of course, you used to have an S-tronic, so a dual clutch gearbox on these cars with the supercharged version. But now with the turbocharged version, you also have the ZF gearbox, which is both good and bad, because I think for daily driving, the ZF is nicer, it's more comfortable, it just works a little bit more intuitive. But of course, for sporty driving, the S-tronic is just a bit more aggressive, a bit quicker. Interior wise, S steering wheel and carbon inlay, and we've got this really cool grey leather, which you hardly ever see. I have to say that normally when we drive fast Audis, they all have a black on black interior, so I am quite happy with the fact that we've got some color in here. Even though it's grey, it's still color. And then we've got Alcantara as well on the door panels. Carbon inlay there with a bit of aluminium. Bang & Olufsen audio. It's a very well spec'd car. Really, really nice. Quite like it. There we go. So it's a very loud startup. They also changed that. So this is actually the RS5 startup basically, with a little bit more revs. But you can hear at idle, if we... we're in dynamic right now, so if we go to comfort, yeah, that's dynamic. So there is a very distinct difference between comfort and dynamic, which is really nice. So even though you have a catless downpipe, you still have the ability to use this car as your daily with your kids in the back. I mean, that is really, really nice. That is the best way to set up a car, basically. I feel like a lot of people just forget about the fact that it's also a car and not just a race car, you know? Loudest pops and bangs of Europe, stuff like that. But I like this better. I like a car that can do both things. So for the purpose of this video, of course, we are going to go for dynamic mode, and we'll put the gearbox in manual. And I'll open the sunroof for some extra sound. And you can immediately hear that the sound is so much better than stock. Oh, it's a very, very good sound. It is quite loud, but not too much. You have a nice little crackle on the upshift, which I quite like. It's not overdone, but still it is so much more exciting than the stock car. Which, I mean, it's not that hard, because the stock car can be a bit underwhelming. And it can really use a couple upgrades, but I feel like AUDI really hit the nail on its head here and basically did all the right mods. I think I would get rid of the pops and bangs, but if you have it in comfort mode, there are none. So that is pretty nice. If you want them gone, they're gone. Handling wise, this car, as I said, it has been spec'd well, so it also has the upgraded dampers. And I have to say, handling is really nice. The balance is super neutral. Of course, there's hardly any feedback through the steering wheel, but it kind of does what you expect it to do, and that is quite nice. Of course, you've got quattro all-wheel drive, so it is very, very safe, as we are used to from Audi. So, little sound check. First gear. That is not bad. That is actually very nice. Quite like the sound. It has a very nice tone to it. Alright, so we'll do a little launch here as well. As I said, 3.6 is the fastest that AUDI has been able to do. We'll turn off traction control. And then full throttle, let the boost build. relatively early, before 6,000 RPM. I think that's the fastest way to do it. And then you should be able to do 3.6, 3.7 seconds, which is kind of nuts considering stock is 4.7. Now, it has a lot of grip, so even if you try to push it when it's dry, it just grips and it just goes around the corner. I think if it's wet, it will be a little bit more playful, also because it can send up to 85% of the power to the rear wheels. This car also has the optional limited slip diff. Alright, here we go, and again we are going to shift relatively early, because after 6,000 RPM it is just done. Fun is over basically. But I have to say, it keeps pulling quite well. It's actually quite a quick car. It is Friday though, so of course it's quite busy. But that was a little run up to 270 kilometers an hour already, which is not bad. Now, of course, we also measured the 100 to 200 kilometer an hour performance, which is hella impressive. We measured 9.22 seconds, which is seriously quick. As you know, we always say everything under 10 seconds is quick. Well, 9.2 for an S5 with a stage 2 tune basically is really impressive. 460 horsepower around that does check out. And also, funnily, we did a quarter-mile measurement of 11.8, which apparently EBU has been able to do quicker, but that is exactly the same number as a stock RS5 Sportback, so that is pretty nice. And as always, if you compare it to the competition, the Audi feels like the most, you know, long distance cruiser, most comfortable option. I really do quite like the suspension. Everything is filtered out nicely, it's very comfy, it's quiet. You just have a bit more exhaust sound, which is very nice, but you know, wind and tire noise is pretty low. Here we go. So this side is a bit less congested traffic wise. Let's see if we can reach a bit higher top speed this time, because it does go up there quite easily. Don't really trust these guys here, but seems to be okay. But as you can see, it has no problem. That is 290 nearly. So EBU, thank you so much for taking your car to us. Really enjoyed driving it. As I said, it has been modded nearly to perfection. Everything that you have done, I think, adds to the car. It just makes the car better. So good job, and thanks again to you guys. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video or this playlist of reviews. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.